Good morning and welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Play Pokémon X. We are here at episode number 19 and we are already pretty well into the mid-game. Our Pokémon are all about level 40 and we've just received our 5th gym badge. So I did take a moment and look up online. The only way to get the TM for Sunny Day in this game, which I believe is TM 11, is from this guy right here, the Pokemart in Lumio City. So even though it's really expensive, that is the vast majority of our money. I want Sunny Day, and might as well get it sooner rather than later. So we're going to buy it. There goes all our money. Sorry, nice jackets and things. We'll have to hold off on you guys, but our Pokemon are more important. So let's go ahead, and you can kind of guess who I'm going to teach this to. Actually, a lot of our Pokemon can learn it, but we will be teaching it to Lana, because Sunny Day is really good for fire types. It boosts the power of fire type moves and halves the damage of water type moves, which are one of their main weaknesses. So let's forget Fire Fang, because now that we have Flamethrower, it'll be better than Fire Fang in pretty much every way. I mean, you can see there her attack is 65 and her special attack is 107. So yeah, alright, let's get rid of Fire Fang. And ta-da! Lana has learned Sunny Day. Very nice. So if she ends up against any water types, or just wants to have a boost to her Flamethrower, that could be the way to do it. Alright, so I'm not sure what we're going to do today. We'll probably head out onto a brand new route. I'm not sure if there's anything at Lumio City. Oh, I guess we wanted to talk to Professor Sycamore, that's right. Before we do that, though, let me bring up my handy-dandy little map. Because I do want to visit Trevor's house. Let's see. I don't know where we actually are. Which is this? Is this South Boulevard? I think it is. Well, I guess or Vernal Avenue? Yeah, okay. So we can actually go this way. There's the tower, and we're going to make a turn down this alleyway. This is Vert Plaza, which means green in French, of course. Here's the canal, and this is John Plaza. Not sure what color that is. Yellow, maybe? And then if we make a right-hand turn here, is this it? Yeah, I guess is this a house? The eerie impulse that some Pokemon can emit. I wonder what about it is all that eerie. Not sure what she's talking about. It said Mewtwo, but I'm pretty sure it's not a Mew. It is an Esper, maybe? And a Marill by the looks of it. Mom and Dad left us behind to travel around the world, all to train their Pokemon. That's why my little brother Trevor has always dreamed of traveling all over Kalos with a Pokedex of his own. So this is Trevor's house. They have a nice big house. Yeah, a lot of space. Guess he has lots of brothers and sisters, so that makes sense. Alright, very cool. Trevor's not here, though. I'm sure he's out completing his Pokedex somewhere. Not a bad place to live. A little row house, I guess. Or townhome. Any trainers back here? No. Supposedly there's a trainer the other way, though. Let's check it out. This is definitely a huge city. Oh, we can't? Yeah, we can. This person, are you a trainer? I think they are. Yes. Let's battle in a city. Might as well get some more experience. Beauty and Nye. And she has a Seadra. Good old-fashioned Generation 1 Pokemon. And Seadra got a really cool evolution in Generation 2, Kingdra, in which it became part Dragon type. Which is kind of nice, because there's a lot of, like, two member lines in Generation 1 of Water-type Pokemon. There's, like, Staryu and Starmie, and there's Horsey and Kingdra, and Goldeen and Seeking, Krabby and Kingler, Shelter Cloyster, whoa, that hurt. Seal and Dugong, Tentacle and Tentacruel, Slowpoke and Slowbro. And 3 of those I mentioned are just pure water types. So of those 3, it's nice that Seadra really differentiated itself by getting that extra evolution. Whereas like Kingler and Seadra are just kind of, nobody really thinks about those Pokemon anymore. Hey, she gave me an Elixir. Cool. Your Pokemon enjoyed it too. Alright, have fun with your walk. Alright, actually I'm going to do, I think, one more battle in the city if I can find the person. Oh, this is a dead end. Maybe? No. Got to say, the map does not show any dead ends. This is a really, like, dark and scary alley. Well, not dark, but, like, if you got robbed back there, like, there'd be no way for anybody to even see what was going on. Alright, I'm going to make a right-hand turn up here, and I think the other trainer is at the end of this alley. There he is. That's a weird place to stand. And all these alleys, they don't have, like, back doors to, like, any shops and everything. I think that's really kind of the whole point of an alley, is to have rear entrances to all the buildings fronting the main facades. Alright, he just has a Machoke. This actually should be good for us. It might know Foresight, but if it doesn't, I mean, any fighting type and normal type attacks it has will not affect us at all. So I'm going to risk it. It did no Rock Tomb. I don't know if this will kill me, though. No, because it's not very effective. He doesn't get stab. Alright, and one Aerial Ace is all it took to take out Machoke. Good job, Caleb. Alright. It actually looks like an alley. The alley actually looks a lot nicer in this mode than it does, and a lot more realistic in this mode than it does in the actual open world game. You have the markings of a fine warrior. Well, thank you. Alright, so we've visited Trevor's house, if not Trevor himself. I think it's time we go to Professor Sycamore's lab now. See, this is what I mean with the camera angles. They're just so claustrophobic in here. Like, I can't see anything. I can't even see where I'm going. I don't know which way the map goes. I'm facing the wrong way. Is there... No. Oh, that cycles through that. But I really want to just find a way to, like, cycle the camera. Okay, so we are at Hibernal Avenue, and I believe his lab is at the southmost point. So if we go to Prism Tower, and then go directly south... I'm not sure which way is south. Maybe down by this Diggersby here. Guess we're about to find out. And yes, okay, cool. Skating around the main plaza does actually feel fun, though. It's a good heart of the city. And here we are once again, Professor Sycamore's laboratory. Floor 3, please. I forget what's on floor 2, but I feel like we probably explored it before. Oh, maybe the professor is on floor 2? Alright then. Yeah, she's talking about False Swipe, which is indeed a good move for catching Pokemon, because it always leaves them with at least one experience, or one health point left. And in fact, I remember I trained up in Gen 4 actually, although I transferred him over to Gen 5, but I made a Pokemon, Gallade, because it can learn, I think through a breeding move, Hypnosis. It can learn... Did he not tell me to come to the laboratory? Why is he not here then? I could have sworn he told me to come to the laboratory. No, yeah, I did talk to all these guys. I don't know where the professor is. Let's go back downstairs and ask the receptionist. Like, am I misremembering? I was pretty sure he told me to come visit him here. I'll continue my Gallade story in a little bit, don't worry. I want to figure this out first. Well, alright then. Maybe I misremembered what he said in the phone call? Or maybe he wanted to meet me somewhere else. There's not like a quest log or anything in here, so... Alright, that being said though, it is a game that is designed for kids of all ages. So I'm sure if we try to go forward, we'll get some clue as to where we're actually supposed to go. But, since Professor Sycamore is nowhere to be found, I remember now. He didn't want to be at the lab, he wanted to meet at, Leander Cafe. Or Lysander? I think it's Lysander. Alright, that I actually am not sure where it is, so let's look at the map here. Lysander Cafe was up north somewhere. So let's start heading that way as I try to find it on the map. Okay, I found it. It's by Autumnal Avenue. So this is Blue Plaza, which of course is named after the color blue. And we're going to skate through some side streets here. And this is Magenta Plaza. Tell the obelisks there are colored appropriately. There's Team Flare. This and that way it's actually I don't know if Paris has if Paris has obelisks or not. It probably actually does, but I know Rome is actually famous for its obelisks, which were imported, for lack of a better word, from Egypt thousands of years ago. Like a stolen might be a better one, when it was part of the Roman Empire. But in the 1600s, one of the popes had a grand plan for redesigning the city, and at each of the major intersections and focal points, he put one of those obelisks so that you could see where you're at and where to go from each part of the city. So this city is obviously based on Paris, but in part it also seems to be based on that idea for, I think it was Pope Sixtus V, which is a funny name, but if I remember my history class correctly, he was the one that had that plan for Rome. All right, there's the Professor, and there's Lysander, the cafe's namesake. I was just having a conversation with Lysander about Mega Evolution. I would like to congratulate you as well. Mega Evolution is something I, too, would like to be able to use. Naturally. Actually, Lysander himself is of royal ancestry. He truly is a chosen one. True, I'm a descendant of the king's younger brother. That being said, that story is 3,000 years old, so it might not be entirely reliable. By the way, Cam, do you know where the Holocaster is made? I do, in Lysander Labs. That's right, they're made in Lysander's lab. Lysander is a great man. Terrible, but great. He supports trainers and Pokemon research with some of the profit from the Holocaster. People can be divided into two groups, those who give and those who take. It's just as how the Kalos' region's two legendary Pokemon gave life and took life. Well, that's interesting. I want to be the kind of person who gives, but in this world some foolish humans exist who would show their strength by taking what isn't theirs. They're filth! See, it sounds like he would be against Team Flare, who's all about, making themselves happy and successful at the expense of everybody else. And yet, actually, I'm pretty sure he's their leader. Although, I guess that's just, I don't know that for a fact, but there's been a lot of clues pointing that way. Long, long ago, the King of Kalos sought to take everything for his own, and he created a terrible weapon. Then the fire of destruction was unleashed. That is the legend that has been passed down. Kalos is beautiful right now. There will be no foolish actions if the number of people and Pokemon do not increase. That being said, the future isn't decided. You can't be sure each day will be like the day before. What the King of Kalos did was reprehensible, but the ultimate weapon did manage to wash the world clean of that era's filth. And we got a King's Rock. Makes sense. Thank you for listening. Take that as an apology for my taking up your time. What a passionate person. He's just like a blazing flame. Perhaps his pride in his lineage is what makes him burn so intensely. That being said, what Lysander says is only one way of looking at things. It's not necessarily the truth. Cam! What's truly important is the time you spend together with others. Treasure these moments spent traveling the Kalos region with your Pokémon. Alright, thank you for the kind words, Professor Sycamore. I guess we have a new goal now. Yeah, Team Flare is the red-suited saviors of the world. I don't know about that. I'll have my 5 million saved soon. What are you going to do with 5 million dollars, I wonder? Welcome to the cafe. And Grandma scolded him and said, no bad deed goes unpunished. I wonder how she's doing. Alright, well that was an interesting little conversation with Lysander. Up, and look, another holo clip. It's Trevor. Hello, how have you been? I just wanted to let you know we're all going to meet on Route 14. Please come and join us. Thanks for the call. I was actually headed that way anyway. Let me go to the town map real quick. And Pokeball Factory, yep, Route 14. I guess you could also try to go through Route 16, but I'm guessing there's probably something blocking you from going this way. Or maybe there's not. Maybe there's something blocking you over here and you can go all the way around this way if you desire. But we'll do things the way the game suggests, at least for now, and head north on Route 14. So it is interesting that it appears that Xerneas and Yveltal are the Pokemon that gave life and took life. That kind of makes sense given their design. And Xerneas should be the one we encounter in this game, since it is Pokémon X. And it is shaped like an X, and its name starts with an X. What is this? Oh, the museum. It looks kind of cool from far away. I didn't realize that. Because, see, the camera angle's so bad I can barely see the building from up close. Alright, and I think, where was Route 14? I'm all disoriented again, to no one's great surprise. Welcome to the informational guide. No, I don't want to go Goat Shuttle. This is Route 16, as the giant number 16 there attests, so we're going to head this way. So Xerneas is a Fairy-type Pokemon, the first Fairy-type legendary, and Yveltal, I guess it's pronounced, is a Dark and Flying type. Not the first Dark-type legendary. Well, I don't know, is Darkrai actually a Mystic Pokemon now, or is it still considered a legendary? Not really sure about that. To make Lumio City even more beautiful, all the power lines have been laid underground. Yep, that's good thinking. It makes them a little harder to get to, but it also makes them a lot better protected. Hello, Cam! There's him and Serena, at least. You arrived very quickly. Oh, hi, Cam. We were just comparing how complete our Pokédexes are. I won, of course. I'll leave filling up the Pokédex to you guys, Trevor. I don't like it when everyone does the same thing anyway. Cam! Let's compare how many Pokemon we've seen, just like we always do. And we'll compare in the Mountain Kalos region. He's seen only 10? Oh, I've seen 10. Okay. He's impressed I saw you seen a Gibble. That's interesting. I guess if you don't see a Gibble, he doesn't say that. There sure are many different kinds of Pokemon in Kalos. Now it's my turn. Let's have a Pokemon battle, Cam. I was hoping she would say that. Let's see how good her Pokemon are. I'm not too worried about this battle, but I hope it's more difficult than I think. She still only has 3 Pokemon. I would kind of think at this point she might have caught another one by now. And I'm pretty sure it'll be the same 3, but her starter may have evolved, so that'll be cool. I didn't heal Caleb. Oops. Alright, well, let's see if we're faster. We're probably not, but worth a try. Disarming Voice, what does that do? Damage, but not very much. Wonder if it's a Fairy-type move. I think it is. That was a bad choice on Meowstic's part. Even a not very effective Psychic move would have been better. Because at least she would have got same type attack bonus from that. Alright, we are at level 40 now. Absol, who is of course super effective against Caleb. So let's go with, I think Retaliate has base 70, right? So I'll go with that. But it doesn't matter, because that is the end of Caleb. Oh well, he fought hard. Give us a chance to use some of our other Pokemon. Alright, well now that Lana has Flamethrower, let's bring her out. Hopefully I can find like a Fire Plate or a Charcoal or something, because now Flamethrower is definitely her best move. I'd like to power that one up as opposed to Echoed Voice, which we'll probably only use against Pokemon that resist Fire-type attacks. Alright, very nice. I probably should use Sunny Day then, because I probably could have one-hit KO'd her 2 Pokemon then, but that's alright. And I think I know who her last one's going to be. Level 42. And Crunch. Should we teach her Crunch? It's a base 80 power physical Dark-type move, and she doesn't have that good of a physical attack. But I haven't been using Dig that much, so I guess it's at least as good as Dig. So let's forget Dig and teach her Crunch. There might be a situation where it'll come in handy. Yay. I mean, Psychic types do tend to have lower defense than special defense, so could be useful in those cases. And Chestnut. Alright, go ahead and use Flamethrower. So her Pokemon are the same level as the gym leaders then, that makes sense. Didn't quite defeat it. It's a little surprising. Seed Bomb. As we know, that's a good move. Did a lot of damage. Okay, it was a critical hit. That's why. And also, I think Chestnut probably has the Overgrow ability, which means his grass attacks do more when he's below a third of his health, as he clearly is. Let's use an Echoed Voice to finish him off. Guess Serena didn't have any potions. It's a cool looking Pokemon, though. I wouldn't mind training a Chestnut in a later playthrough. I think they did a good job with all the starters this time, actually. They're all cool in their own way. I really enjoy battling with you, but I'm getting tired of losing every time. Well, if you got more than 3 Pokemon, that might help. And it's the person whose name I forget. Wow, that was a really intense battle. Shauna. Okay, Shauna. See, I don't know anybody named Sean even. Shauna. Like Shaun of the Dead. Alright, I'm going to try to remember her name, but we'll see. When did you start watching? Oh, where's Tierney? That's Tierno, I guess. I guess she calls him Tierney. He's at the fighting dojo. Really? At the fighting dojo? Sorry I'm late, everybody. I was having so much fun with the sparring dance that I totally lost track of time. So Tierno, have you found any good Pokemon for your dance team? Yep, I sure did. I'm super close to my ideal dance team. That's great, good for you. Hey everybody, let's go to the Scary House. The one by Lavier City? That's just a rumor, isn't it? Come on, let's go. Let's all go find out if the rumor's true together. I think I'll pass. I'm sure it's just a rumor, and I want to spend some time with my Pokemon before having to Lavier City. Okay, bye. So, is it really that scary? Let's go and see for ourselves, Tierno. There's always some reason rumors like that get started. Wonder if there are ghost Pokemon there, although we already have the ghost Pokemon that we want. Sigh. Why are you traveling, Cam? Everyone is working really hard at what they want to do. But I'm just all about memories. I'm kind of just goofing around. Just kidding. Is she, though? I haven't battled her in a long time, and I'm not sure, not really sure how she's doing training-wise. But our goal, of course, is to be the best in the region and defeat the gym leaders, and eventually the Elite Four. Become the new champion. So this is interesting. Oh, it's like a playground. Oh, that's cool. And there's a slide. I like how he goes on the slide. Alright. Yeah, nice little park here outside the city. I can appreciate that. I can appreciate it more if it wasn't raining. Can we swing? Oh, we can actually swing. That would have been cool. Oh well. Okay, I'm gonna actually use some, well, yeah, I'm gonna use an item to heal up our Pokemon because we have the whole route ahead of us now. So let's see, medicine, and let's go to our revives. Probably should buy a little more, or a few more of those, but we are kind of low right now. Give Lana some fresh water. Caleb some fresh water. Alright, onward we go. This does look kind of scary. Hey, there's a trainer. You want to fight? Yep. Alright, so getting back to my story I was telling before about Glade. I bred a Ralts that had Hypnosis and Mean Look. I don't know if maybe one of them's a breed move, one of them's not. But eventually I got a Glade that knew Mean Look, Hypnosis, and Fury Swipe, which makes it like the ultimate catching Pokemon. I even nicknamed it Master because it reminded me of like a Master Ball. She switched Pokemon, interesting. I guess she's trying to get that Intimidate bonus twice. Hey, it's a Pyroar, just like mine. My team is too nervous to... Oh, that was actually a good switch because I used a Ghost-type move. Very clever. Very clever indeed. And it's a Fire type. So you know what? I'm going to take a leaf out of her book, and I'm going to switch as well. And I'm going to do my standard switching strategy. Get a free turn by using Charmander. Although it's raining here, so maybe I shouldn't have actually been scared of her Pyroar. Hers doesn't know Flamethrower yet, but it does know Fire Fang. Wow, Fire Fang wasn't even enough, I guess because of... Well, it doesn't have Rivalry, though. Just mine does. I'm going to try to use a move, but it won't do much. Guess there was a small chance of her missing. But yeah, so anyway, I trained that Glade up to like level 80 or so, I think. So because it knows False Swipe, which can leave a Pokemon with 1 HP left, it knows Hypnosis, which puts them to sleep, obviously. And it knows Mean Look for those like legendaries that try to flee from you in one turn. It's like the ultimate Pokemon for catching other Pokemon. So at some point I'll probably transfer him over to this generation as well. Maybe not in this playthrough though, because I might still need him for Gen 5 stuff at some point. And if there are any like really hard legendary Pokemon or just any other Pokemon I'm looking for that I need to catch, he might come in handy. But if you plan on playing Pokemon games for a long time, doing something similar might be a worthwhile investment. And I guess now I can evolve him into Mega Glade, right? Isn't there a... I'm pretty sure there's a Mega Glade. Alright, so my attack fell, but that doesn't really matter because I'm a special attacker. And with the rain boosting Surf's power, our Buck didn't really stand much of a chance there. Keep your eyes peeled and you never know what you'll find. Alright, so we have two choices here. Let's head this way. Yellow grass. Interesting. Let's see what Pokemon we can find in the grassy areas of the mountain region. A Carnivine. Makes sense. It did start to rain, I noticed. It didn't just start to rain, it's actually been raining. So it might be smart to put art in front here. Oh, it's a swamp! And quicksand, that's cool, but could get annoying. And we can find swamp Pokemon here, maybe like poison types? A Shelmet, alright, I can see that. Shelmet I think is steel and bug type. Just gonna run away from the Shelmet. I can never remember, I think Shelmet evolves into, what's the Pokemon? Excelgor, and Carablast evolves into Escavalier. Something like that. Splat. Alright, there we go. And Excelgor is a pretty good Pokemon. I wouldn't really recommend, speaking of Carablast, I wouldn't really recommend Excelgor. I'm sorry, I wouldn't recommend Escavalier. I would recommend Excelgor, just because Escavalier is really slow. This guy is only bug types, so yeah, I thought we could defeat him just as quickly as we could run away. Hey, 41. Good job, Caleb. And he wants to learn Power Trick. I don't know what that does, but I probably... Switches attack with its defense stat. Very interesting, but I'm not going to bother with that. No. Keep old moves. Okay, yes. That would be really interesting to have an Aegislash, his evolved form, that knows Power Trick, though. You could switch your attack and defense both with your shield change or your stance change ability, and with the move Power Trick. Not sure if that would be useful or not. It's a horde of Bellsprout. Good old Bellsprout. And unfortunately, Aerial Ace only affects one at a time. Otherwise, that could be some good free experience. So if at this point in the game you're still looking for a grass type, you can always go with a Bellsprout, although they're not the best grass type Pokemon, but they're not bad either. And it's a Haunter. Now there is a Mega Gengar in this game, so Haunter could be a good choice for a ghost type. And Haunter is also pretty fast. I did forget about that. Naturally. Thought this would be an easy battle. And Payback is a Dark type move, which is super effective. Luckily it didn't do very much because Haunter's attack is very low. Alright. Farewell, Haunter. Haunter, of course, is the evolved form of Ghastly and evolves into Gengar, as I'm sure you guys all know. And they're a fast and powerful line of Pokemon. Alright, so it looks like even the shallow, swampy areas have wild Pokemon. Goomy! Interesting. Alright. I might actually fight Goomy, and if we don't defeat it, I might catch it. Not for a member of our team. I know a lot of you guys might have been thinking, oh, he doesn't have a Dragon type yet. No, and we still don't because that was a one-hit knockout. Now, Goomy, I would definitely consider a very strong Dragon type Pokemon, especially if you, like me, are trying to get only new Pokemon. Because Goomy evolves into, I think, Sliggoo, who evolves into Goodra, and Goodra is the pseudo-legendary Pokemon from this generation. A Stunfisk. I was about to say, what is that Pokemon? It's very flat. Stunfisk is I think, ground and electric type. I'm just going to run away, though. But, so pseudo-legendary, I think I mentioned that before, is a fan term for Pokemon that have base stat totals of 600, which is better than, like, a lot of the legendary trios. Not quite as good as, like, the mascot legendaries, though. Come on. It's the same base stat total as, like, Darkrai or Cresselia or Latios and Latias, if that gives you an idea. And the pseudo-legendaries are Dragonite, Tyranitar, Metagross, Salamence, Garchomp, Hydreigon, and now Goodra. And a lot of them are Dragon type. And a lot of them also have Mega Evolutions. So Dragonite does not. Metagross and Salamence do, but they only get them in Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. And I got it right that time because I actually looked at my version, and it is Alpha Sapphire. Even though I think I've been calling it Omega Sapphire, and you guys have probably been yelling at the screen every time I do that. Okay, I think we're going to use a repel after this, because we've seen a good sampling of the Pokemon here. So if you're looking for a bug type, Excelgor will be a good one, which I think is Shelmet. Okay, repel. And if you just need a Pokemon in general and don't have a Dragon type, which is pretty likely unless you call it like Bagon or Gibble, then Sliggoo could be a good choice as well. I definitely would like to train one of those at some point, but not as part of our main team today. Got another trainer battle here. Another Pokemon Ranger, and he has a Gumi. Speaking of, Gumi is actually just a Dragon type. It is not Dragon and Poison, though I think it can learn some Poison type attacks. And that's kind of one of the nice things about Goodra is that it can learn. Oh, that's going to hurt just because of the rain going on. Muddy Water is a water type attack, despite the name. And that's because Dragon moves don't do anything to Fairy type Pokemon, but Fairy type Pokemon are weak to poison attacks. So if you teach like your Goodra Sludge Bomb, that'll be good to use against any Fairy type Pokemon you come up against. I'm just going to use a quick fresh water on Caleb here. Get him a little bit of health back. I'm sure we have more battles up ahead. Like this one. I've known forever since my previous life that we would meet here today and face off. Is this like a medium? Hexmaniac. Hexmaniac and Nina. I like their character designs in this game. That's cool. And it's a Litwick. They tend to use Ghost and occasionally Psychic types. Ghost versus Ghost. I hope we're faster. But yeah, so Goodra is one of the few Dragon types that can actually learn a good Poison type attack. They also introduced, I think it's called Dragaggle, which is an actual Poison and Dragon type. Interesting type combo, because it's not weak to Fairy, but it's still weak to Dragon Ice, and also Ground and Psychic. So I'm not really sure that was a good trade-off. But it does get stabbed from its Poison attacks, so I don't know. I suppose Poison and Dragon could be a decent offensive combination, although you still can't do anything against Steel types. Alright, let's see if we can get that item over there. Hopefully it's something good. Not by going that way. Can I not go in there? Oh, it's actually like water. Oh, that's cool. I wonder if you find different Pokemon in the muddy water. Probably. Hyper Potion. Of course, we have a Repel. So, you know what? Let's go fishing. Real quick. I just want to see if you can catch like different Pokemon by fishing in muddy water. I mean, there are so many different like poison types that it would make a lot of sense if they did put like Grimers in here or something. Or Poliwhirl. I guess I could see, you know, a Poliwhirl being in a pond like this. I'm going to run away from him, though. Because they are based on, like, tadpoles, which you always see in ponds, as opposed to, like, open oceans. Right, I want to catch one more Pokemon here. Catch on a fishing line, I mean. Oh, no luck there. Oh, come on. Don't tell me that Poliwhirl was the only thing in this entire pond. Okay, one more try. Actually, it'd be kind of cool if you could catch Sliggoo in the ponds. Just like the old days where you had to catch Dratini by surfing. Alright, well, that's enough fishing for one day then. So slow. Oh, watch out. He's coming. He's coming. Ooh, made it. I'll probably come back here and train. Hey, look who it is. There's the haunted house. So this is the house. It is a scary house, isn't it? Well, I guess we should go inside. What? You're going inside? Are you all serious? Serena is off spending time with her Pokemon, so I guess we'll just have to go in without her and see if the rumor is true by ourselves. I guess. Let's just go inside by ourselves then. Well, didn't get a choice in that matter. Here we go. There's a man inside. Let's get started then. It was a dark and stormy night many years ago. Lost, I arrived at this house and went inside. The lights would not turn on, so I fearfully looked around the house. Eventually, I made my way into the kitchen. There was no sign of anyone being there. I found the fridge, and when I opened it, a faint light leaked out. I could finally make out my surroundings, and I saw the faint outline of a man huddling in the corner of the room. I tried to tell him that I was lost, and I was hoping he'd let me stay until morning. But when I approached him, the man suddenly screamed, "Stay back!" I apologized, and continued to plead my case. "Please, can't you help me?" "I'm not talking to you!" he shouted. I looked at the man in surprise. When I did this, the man asked me, "Can't you see them? Behind you? A horde of faceless men!" That was weird. Now then, since I told you a wonderful story that will always haunt you, would you be so kind as to tip me? If you don't, you might see something really scary. You're charging us? Even haunted houses aren't free, you know. Would you like to give a tip? Sure. I've been to a lot better haunted houses, though. Ones where they chase you with, like, chainsaws and stuff. I'll give him 500. Oh, that's funny. Sheesh, let's get out of here. Huh? Is it over already? I wasn't really listening. Was that story you just told really true? I'm guessing no. He just tells the story for tips. I guess it really was a scary house, in a way. Well, I know you wanted to go camping, and that was kind of like camping, I guess. People usually tell scary stories by the campfire, right? I've had enough of dark places and scary things. I'd rather rehearse my dances. See y'all later. What should I do next? I guess I'll go to Lavier City. See you later, Cam. Please compare Pokédexes with me again soon. I really hope it's possible to actually lose those Pokédex comparisons if you don't compare. Or if you don't see a lot of Pokemon in between. There's some gravestones there. Alright, I did see that item down here, and there it is. Can I grab it? Spell Tag! That's actually, does that up the power of Ghost type moves? I think it does. Let's check it out. It does. Awesome. So, even though the Eviolite... Oh, Lucky Egg, right. Alright, no, we'll let him keep the Lucky Egg then. But, when it's not his turn to hold the Lucky Egg, I think I am going to give him this, this Spell Tag. Alright, onward we go then. So getting back to the idea of pseudo-legendaries, I was thinking it'd be kind of cool if they did an Elite Four based on using all the pseudo-legendaries at this point. They could have... I gotta surf across here. They could have like a Dragon type using Dragonite, a Steel type user whose best Pokemon is Metagross. The Dragon user could also use Salamence instead. They could have a Rock type user with Tyranitar. And they'd probably need to do like a Ground type. Yes, definitely want to use another Repel. Using Garchomp. Even though Garchomp is main Dragon and secondary Ground. Because otherwise all of the legendaries or pseudo-legendaries are Dragon type. Who are you? Do you like fairy tales or reality more? Oh, is this a fairy girl? It is Fairy Tale Girl. And they of course specialize in fairy types. And I only know they exist because one of the medals in Pokemon Go is called Fairy Girl when you catch lots of fairy type Pokemon. Let's use Swords Dance to start. Petal Blizzard, a grass type move. Didn't do much at all though, since Floette does not get the same type attack bonus from it. Now I keep thinking they're grass type, but they're not, so they are not weak to Aerial Ace. Shadow Claw it is then. Grassy terrain. It's weird because this line is a line of fairy types, but they are definitely very grass oriented. Even like their abilities and moves make them very beneficial to grass type Pokemon. So if you're doing like double battles, it could be good to have a Floette and a grass type as partners. Oh, I guess the grassy terrain restores your HP every turn? That's interesting. And Slurpuff. It's a weird Pokemon. Another fairy type using grass type moves. My speed fell there. And then the champion could always be like a just a user of every type, and maybe have Goodra as their final Pokemon then. I think Tyranitar actually might be the only one that has a Mega Evolution. Oh, and Garchomp, I guess, are the two that have Mega Evolutions in this game. So, I don't know. Maybe it'd make more sense for them just to have Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. Let's see what's down here. As opposed to having Pseudo-Legendaries. It's TM61 Will-O-Wisp. It's a Ghost-type move that will burn the other Pokemon. I'm pretty sure it's the only move that is a guaranteed burn if it hits. Roselli Berry? Not sure what that does. I assume you can come back to these trees later on as well and get more berries. I might have to look and see if that was the Lepa Berry I had. Was it a Lumberry or a Lepa Berry? I think it was a Lepa Berry. If there was a tree I got that from, because if so, I might have to fly back there and get some more. We've been over here, haven't we? I think the route goes on this way. Okay. I'll come back and battle those guys later, off screen. But we have made it to Lavier City, so that is the end of Route 14 and the scary house along the way. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching that. I am going to end the episode here, but when we come back, we still have all kinds of things to do, and because this is a city and not a town, I have a good feeling we'll be fighting our 6th Pokemon gym. What Pokemon could it be? Maybe Ghost-type users? That would make sense. It could have like Trevenant and Pergoist or whatever it's called, the pumpkin ones, as the 2 best Pokemon. Random stab in the dark, but that's my guess. And am I right? I guess we'll have to stay tuned and find out next time.